Hello again, health enthusiasts. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic which is sometimes a bit unclear. Ever heard of metabolic syndrome? It's a big deal because it's a cluster of conditions that can lead to serious health consequences, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes. But guess what? With the right steps, you can prevent it, manage the symptoms, and even reverse metabolic syndrome. As always, we fight misinformation by providing science-backed content, especially for you. This said, we always like to remind you that the most important information is your personal health and medication history. This is why you should always consult a doctor who knows you personally before making significant changes to your diet. As for staying well informed, that's where we come into the picture. So, want to learn about metabolic syndrome and how to reverse it? Let's dive in. Metabolic syndrome is a condition where your body's metabolism goes haywire. Imagine your body is a car, and insulin is the key that helps glucose get into your cells to be used as fuel. In metabolic syndrome, the key, or insulin, doesn't work properly, so sugar ends up staying longer in your bloodstream. This is what people refer to as high blood sugar. High blood sugar causes your pancreas to produce more insulin to manage the situation, which then leads to high insulin levels. This, on the other hand, contributes to fat storage and inflammation. This constant sugar-insulin race can increase your risk of serious health issues like heart disease, stroke, and most importantly, type 2 diabetes. Metabolic syndrome is often referred to as insulin resistance syndrome because insulin resistance is the key driver in its development. Here is a list of the 5 most important markers for metabolic syndrome that you should watch out for. Marker 1. Abdominal obesity. This means a waist circumference of over 40 inches for men and 35 inches for women. Abdominal fat is also known as central fat or visceral fat. Abdominal obesity has been linked to an increased likelihood of developing certain medical conditions, such as cardiovascular disease, respiratory problems, joint problems and inflammation, liver disease, but also metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Abdominal fat is different from other fat due to its proximity to vital internal organs. Interestingly, visceral fat is also metabolically active. Allow me to repeat this to make sure you're paying attention. Belly fat is metabolically active. This means that your belly fat can literally produce hormones, metabolites, and even inflammatory molecules called cytokines. Abdominal fat is your most prominent enemy when it comes to conditions linked to the metabolism or inflammation. Marker 2. High blood pressure. This means readings of 130 over 85 or higher, which of course varies between people. High blood pressure does not directly cause metabolic syndrome. It is more of a warning sign that metabolic syndrome may be present. Insulin resistance and insulin overproduction can activate a hormone system that regulates blood pressure and fluid balance. Overactivity of this system can lead to narrowing of the blood vessels and sodium retention, both of which increase blood pressure. This is how insulin resistance is linked to hypertension, and it's an important symptom to watch out for. Marker 3. Elevated blood sugar. This means fasting glucose levels of 100 milligrams per deciliter or higher, which can vary between people and devices used to measure it. Blood sugar can be temporarily or chronically elevated. Blood sugar spikes after a meal are normal, but when blood sugar spikes become more prevalent, the pancreas has to produce more insulin. This leads to 2 important consequences. On one side, you have hyperproduction of insulin, and on the other side, you have overstimulation of the pancreas. These are important risk factors for metabolic disease and type 2 diabetes. Blood sugar can be monitored with blood glucose monitors, which are also available for home use. Your doctor can recommend the right product for you. Marker 4. High triglycerides. Triglycerides are a type of fat molecules found in the blood. When your body receives calories that it doesn't need right away, it stores them in the form of triglycerides. Triglycerides can be stored in fat cells and later released for energy when needed between meals. High levels of triglycerides can increase your risk of heart disease and may be a warning sign of metabolic syndrome. Triglycerides can be monitored with a blood test prescribed by your doctor. Marker 5. Low HDL cholesterol. HDL stands for high-density lipoprotein. HDL cholesterol is the so-called good cholesterol. It helps remove other forms of cholesterol from the bloodstream and other parts of your body back to your liver. The liver then removes the cholesterol from your body and maintains a cholesterol balance. When HDL cholesterol gets depleted, this balance is disrupted. HDL levels lower than 40 mg per deciliter in men and 50 in women are considered low. HDL cholesterol levels can also be monitored with a blood test prescribed by your doctor. If you have at least 3 of these 5 risk factors, you may be diagnosed with metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is a mix of genetic predisposition and lifestyle choices. Poor dietary habits, a sedentary lifestyle, and smoking are among the major contributors. Even if you have a genetic predisposition, the right diet and physical activity can play a crucial role in whether you develop metabolic syndrome or not. Your diet is the factor that controls the major cause of metabolic syndrome, mainly insulin resistance. When you eat, your body breaks down carbohydrates to produce glucose, which then enters your bloodstream. Insulin, a pancreatic hormone, then makes sure that glucose can enter your cells to be used for energy. When you experience multiple blood sugar spikes on a regular basis, your cells start needing more and more insulin, which eventually leads to resistance. This forces your pancreas to produce more and more insulin in order to manage the situation. Over time, this can lead to dysregulated blood sugar and increased visceral fat storage, after which the other risk factors of metabolic syndrome become present over time. Metabolic syndrome significantly increases your risk of developing atherosclerosis and cardiovascular disease. Metabolic syndrome can also affect your liver. It can cause a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The disrupted fat and sugar metabolism leads to excess fat in the liver, which causes inflammation and liver damage as we age. Another health consequence of metabolic syndrome is especially important for women. Women with metabolic syndrome are at higher risk of developing polycystic ovary syndrome. This is a hormonal disorder that can cause irregular menstrual periods, excess hair growth, and infertility. Obesity and insulin resistance can also contribute to sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. There are many ways that metabolic syndrome can impact the quality of life. This is why it's very important to watch out for the 5 markers or warning signs we discussed here. Now let's talk about prevention and management. Here's some good news. Metabolic syndrome can be managed and even reversed with the help of a few lifestyle adjustments. We will talk about these right now, so make sure you're paying attention. First up, we need to cover the healthy diet aspect. Aim for a balanced diet rich in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Whole grains are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals, which contribute to various health benefits and a healthy metabolism. Multiple studies have suggested that consumption of whole grains can be linked to a reduced likelihood of developing metabolic syndrome. Furthermore, phytochemicals and polyphenols are plant compounds that have also been researched for their health benefits. One specific example is olive oil, which has been linked to multiple health benefits. Some studies even suggest that the polyphenols found in olive oil are partially what makes the Mediterranean diet so healthy. It's important to note that consuming large amounts of olive oil, like any oil, also has risks. The results of these studies suggest merely that olive oil is a much healthier alternative compared to other oils, not that it's a cure. And you know what? Olive oil goes amazingly well on salad, so I'll take that 10 times over salad dressings, which are packed with artificial flavors. Studies have also linked dietary fiber from whole grains, fruits, veggies, and legumes to better management of inflammation and diabetes. Whole grains and fruits are not only good for your health, but also delicious sources of healthy carbs. Lean protein, on the other hand, promotes satiety and weight management while preserving a healthy muscle mass. Muscles play a crucial role in glucose metabolism, so incorporating lean protein into your diet can definitely help. Lean protein can be obtained from vegan, vegetarian, and non-vegetarian sources. The non-vegetarian sources are the obvious: chicken breast, turkey, salmon, cod, shrimp, as well as lean beef and pork. Other sources of lean protein include Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, and egg whites. For my vegans out there, I got you too. Plenty of lean protein can be found in lentils, chickpeas, black beans, tofu, edamame, quinoa, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, peas, and broccoli. You should also prioritize the so-called healthy fats. Healthy fats help increase the good HDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and aid your metabolism by promoting the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins D, A, E, and K. Healthy fats can be found in fatty fish, most seeds and nuts, soybeans and soy products, fish oils, coconut oil, and even dark chocolate. So, if you've been paying attention, you'd know by now that some fruits and dark chocolate can literally give you a delicious dessert good for metabolic health. Meal preps can be a very smart way to ensure you have healthy food and healthy snack options available on demand when the cravings kick in. So get started on those meal preps. Now, before I get carried away, let's just talk briefly about the obvious. It is important to also cut down on refined sugars and saturated fats. Refined sugars and saturated fats can lead to uncontrolled blood sugar spikes and disrupt your glucose metabolism. This is what we're trying to avoid when reversing metabolic syndrome. We must also talk about the importance of exercise. Exercising for half an hour a day can boost your metabolism, including your fat and sugar metabolism, and help with insulin resistance and visceral fat accumulation. Now, before you start hating me, let me clarify that half an hour of exercise per day is actually extremely easy and achievable. The key is that you don't have to do it all at once. Start with morning stretches for 5 minutes. Walk to and from the supermarket for a quick, healthy treat such as coconut water. Climb a few stairs instead of taking the elevator. Do a quick exercise between office tasks. In the evening, go for a quick 10-minute walk after dinner to help with digestion. Before you know it, you've exercised for your best health. If you're a TV addict like most people I know, you can even invest in some fitness equipment which you can place in front of your TV. If you have time to watch TV, you have time for health. Exercising while watching TV will trick your brain into being happy about exercising. The key thing is to keep moving. If you cannot run, walk, and if you can't walk, stretch. No matter what you do, just keep moving. Also, needless to say, if you're a smoker, quitting is a game changer when managing diseases related to inflammation. Finally, your metabolism can be affected by hormonal factors, including stress hormones. When working against metabolic syndrome, it's important to practice stress management techniques, such as guided meditation and self-pep talks. Remember to also set those bedtime reminders on your phone and get a good night's sleep to make sure your metabolism has a fighting chance the following day. Metabolic syndrome might sound scary, but with the right lifestyle changes, you can manage and even reverse it. It's all about making healthier choices every day until it becomes a habit. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health tips. Stay healthy and stay curious. See you in the next video.